A young woman enters an elevator in a Los Angeles hotel and begins to act in a way that defies explanation. She presses all the buttons, peeks nervously into the hallway, and gestures as if speaking to someone unseen. The elevator doors mysteriously refuse to close, and she was never seen alive again. This chilling scene, captured on security footage, sparked a worldwide frenzy. It is not a horror movie, but the real-life mystery of Elisa Lam at the infamous Cecil Hotel. The Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles has long been notorious for its dark history, marked by numerous violent deaths and eerie legends. Once a grand 1920s establishment, it later gained a seedy reputation as a haven for crime, even hosting serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, during its bleakest years. In 2013, this notorious hotel became the backdrop for a tragedy that captured the internet's imagination: the mysterious death of 21-year-old Elisa Lam, a Canadian tourist. Elisa Lam was a college student from Vancouver, British Columbia, traveling alone on a journey along the California coast. She arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013, and checked into the Cecil Hotel 2 days later. Elisa kept in touch with her family daily while traveling, eager to explore new places. Despite her enthusiasm, Elisa also struggled with depression and bipolar disorder. She blogged openly about her mental health challenges and hopes for the future, using her trip as a chance to find renewal. No one could have imagined how it would end. On January 26th, Elisa arrived in Los Angeles by train from San Diego and checked into the Cecil Hotel's budget hostel, then called the Stay on Main on January 28th. Initially assigned to a shared room on the 5th floor, she exhibited odd behavior that unsettled her roommates, leaving cryptic notes saying, "Go home," and locking them out of the room. Hotel staff moved Elisa to a private room after 2 days. Elisa explored the city. She attended a taping of a TV show in Burbank, but was escorted out by security due to erratic behavior. Despite these incidents, she continued sightseeing. On January 31st, the day before her scheduled checkout, Elisa visited the Last Bookstore, a shop near the hotel, to buy gifts for her family. The store manager remembered her as outgoing, very lively, very friendly, chatting cheerfully about books and travel. Later that evening, back at the Cecil, Elisa's behavior grew strange. She reportedly entered the lobby and loudly exclaimed, "I'm crazy, but so is LA," before staff gently asked her to return to her room. She was seen wandering into an area of the hotel not open to guests and had to be redirected. Elisa then walked toward the elevators. This is the last time anyone saw her in person. On February 1st, Elisa failed to check out of the hotel and did not contact her parents, which was immediately alarming. Her family, who had been speaking with her daily, reported her missing to the Los Angeles Police Department that day. Her parents flew to LA to help in the search. Police detectives and hotel staff searched for Elisa. They inspected her room, finding her belongings like wallet, laptop, and medication still there, and scoured the building with scent-tracking dogs. The dogs picked up Elisa's scent up to a window on the 5th floor, but lost the trail there. Officers checked the rooftop and the area around the hotel, but found no sign of Elisa. There was no evidence of foul play in her room, no struggle, no drugs, just a messy assortment of her personal items left behind. With no leads, flyers with Elisa's photo were posted around the neighborhood, and media reports began to draw public attention. 2 weeks into the investigation, there was still no trace of Elisa Lam. In a desperate move, the LAPD released a surveillance video from the Cecil Hotel's elevator, recorded on the night of January 31st. The 4-minute elevator footage showed Elisa behaving in a bizarre and disoriented manner. This video quickly went viral worldwide, turning Elisa's disappearance into an internet obsession. On February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa went missing, guests at the Cecil Hotel complained that the water pressure was low and that the tap water had a strange dark color and taste. A maintenance worker, Santiago Lopez, went to the roof to check the hotel's large water tanks. Around 10 a.m., he discovered one tank's hatch was open, and looking inside, he was horrified to find Elisa's body floating face up in the water. The tank held the hotel's drinking and bathing supply. Firefighters and police were called to the scene. They drained and cut open the tank to recover her remains. 2 days later, the Los Angeles coroner released the autopsy report. Elisa Lam's death was ruled accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder cited as a significant contributing factor. The coroner found no evidence of physical trauma or sexual assault on the body. Toxicology tests detected only trace amounts of her prescription medications and a small amount of alcohol, but no illegal drugs. The levels of medication in Elisa's blood were very low, suggesting she had not been taking her pills regularly prior to her death. The elevator security video remains the most unsettling piece of this puzzle. In the grainy footage, Elisa enters the elevator wearing a red hoodie and black shorts. She appears uneasy and frantic, pressing multiple buttons on the panel, then flattening herself in a corner as if hiding. The elevator door oddly remains open the entire time. Elisa peeks out into the hallway repeatedly, stepping in and out of the elevator. At one point, she inches forward and waves her hands in strange, deliberative motions, almost like she's talking to someone just out of sight. For over 2 minutes, Elisa's behavior continues. She exits the elevator, yet the doors still don't close. Eventually, she walks away down the hall. Shortly after she leaves, the elevator door closes and the car begins to move, stopping at various floors with no one inside. This haunting video immediately grabbed public attention. Many viewers found the footage deeply unsettling to watch. Why was Elisa behaving that way? Was she afraid, hallucinating, or even playing some kind of game? The elevator itself seemed to malfunction. Some wondered if Elisa believed someone was following her, causing her to press every button in a panic. Others thought she might have been under the influence of drugs, but toxicology tests later found no trace of such substances. Adding to the mystery, the video's timestamp is obscured, and some believe that portions of the footage were edited before release. Some theorized that someone else was in the hallway and deliberately removed. On the morning of February 19th, Santiago Lopez unlatched the lid of one of the rooftop water tanks and found Elisa's body. She was naked, and the clothes she had been wearing in the elevator were found floating in the tank alongside her. Lopez later recounted that when he opened the hatch, Elisa's body floated up toward him. Firefighters had to cut open the cylindrical tank to remove her body. The toxicology report confirmed no illegal substances, but very low levels of prescribed medication. Police found several pill bottles in her room, many still full. This suggested Elisa had likely been under-medicating or had stopped taking her medication altogether. Authorities believed Elisa, in the throes of a mental health crisis, ended up in a situation she could not escape. She may have exited a fifth-floor window, climbed the building's fire escape, and reached the roof without triggering any alarms. A ladder leaned against the tank. Elisa may have climbed it, opened the hatch, and slipped inside. Once in the tank, she could not climb back out. The slippery metal interior and depth of water would make escape almost impossible. Authorities theorized that she removed her clothes either due to panic, hypothermia, or to help herself float. Tragically, Elisa Lam drowned alone in the darkness. After reviewing all the evidence, police found no signs of homicide. The case was closed. But for the public, the mystery was far from over. The internet was flooded with theories, ranging from foul play to paranormal interference to conspiracies involving a tuberculosis outbreak and a test named LAMELISA. A death metal artist was falsely accused by online sleuths. Speculation spiraled, despite a lack of hard evidence. Yet one explanation began to stand out, the simplest and the saddest. Elisa's bipolar disorder had caused psychotic episodes before when unmedicated. Her family confirmed this. Her behavior in the elevator matched prior episodes. She had previously believed someone was after her. It seems likely that on the night of January 31st, Elisa suffered a severe mental break. In a state of fear and confusion, she made her way to the rooftop water tank. There, alone and disoriented, she drowned. The case was ruled an accident. In 2013, her family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the hotel, arguing the rooftop should have been more secure. But in 2015, the case was dismissed. For many, this provided closure. There was no killer, no conspiracy, just a tragedy. Yet even with answers, the story continues to captivate millions. The elevator footage is still studied and discussed. The case is a chilling reminder of how mental illness can go unseen and unchecked. It also reveals how easily internet sleuthing can turn to harm. Elisa's story has inspired documentaries, podcasts, and films. And to this day, her name lives on in a strange blend of mystery, media, and memory. What do you think happened to Elisa Lam? The question lingers. A young woman lost in the shadows of a hotel with too many secrets. And a tragedy that remains even now hard to explain.